Hello, welcome back to a new video on Horror Movie Collector, and this video is a continuation from the last video of my horror lobby cards. So this first set is from the 1988 film, which is the German set of lobby cards from Hellbound Hellraiser 2. Really gruesome shot there of Oliver Smith as a skinless Frank, and the makeup and just the overall filmmaking of these early films is what drew the attraction to me to be really into these films, and I think they're absolutely amazing. So again, before the time of CGI and all the latest technology we have now, so it's like hours and hours of hard work of makeup, and this is a scene in the labyrinth in hell. So basically, it's directed by Tony Randall, and executive producer was Clive Barker. Although Clive Barker was heavily involved in the first film, this film he was still heavily involved in it, but Tony Randall directed this one. And so this was a British-American production, and it was slightly bigger scale as it involves the Labyrinth of Hell and Leviathan, as it was called. So that's Skinless Frank again. That's the same character as Frank, but that's the normal Frank that's played by a different actor, Sean Chapman, Uncle Frank, and again there Ashley Lawrence and Sean Chapman plays Kirsty and Uncle Frank again there. And then here you've got Chatterer, one of the Cenobites, that's played by Nicholas Vince. That's the death scene in the corridors in hell. And this one here, or Pinhead, or the Hell Priest, or lead Cenobite as he was called. That's from near the beginning of the film. That was explaining why or how he became a Cenobite through Doug Bradley's character that played Elliot Spencer, who's a World War One captain. So it just gives a brief insight into how it all happened. And then this one here is of Kenneth Cranium, who played by Kenneth Cranium, that plays the Doctor, Dr. Chenard, and he's the one that wanted to explore the box and the labyrinth of hell, and it obviously all backfired, and he got what he asked for through his sins, and then got turned into a demon, a Cenobite himself, basically. So that's the German set from Hellbound Hellraiser 2. And this set is Spanish. This is from 1985. This is Fright Night. This is one of my all-time favourite horror comedies, a typical 80s horror film. And you've got Jerry Dandridge, who's played by Chris Sarandon, and William Ragsdale, that plays Charlie Brewster. And basically he sees a vampire neighbour across the street by looking through his window and realises his neighbour is a vampire, and it all just goes crazy from there. So really entertaining, typical 80s gothic vampire film. Now it's Charlie Brewster with all his friends investigating the vampire house, and that's Charlie again there. And then this actor here, this is Roddy McDowall. He died back in 1998, and he's been in a lot of films. I think one of the previous films, or going back, he done was Planet of the Apes, and Roddy McDowall's character name is Peter Vincent, and it makes me wonder whether they got that name from the Hammer horror actors as Peter Cushing or Vincent Price, that also did the voice in Michael Jackson's Thriller video, and it makes me wonder whether they borrowed their names as a two gothic horror actor names and made his name in Fright Night Peter Vincent. But I might be wrong, but it does sound pretty obvious that's maybe what's happened there. That he plays like the famous vampire killer. Another shot there with a vampire, and Charlie's girlfriend, that's Amy. She's played by Amanda Bearers, I think her name was, or Bearers, I think that's her name. and again Roddy McDowall and William Ragsdale in that shot there. Another shot there of the vampire. Really great, eerie, dark, gothic-y shot. Another shot there of Charlie. That's being attacked by a vampire. And then this one, great shot there of Roddy McDowall with Chris Sarandon as the vampire right here. You can just see him looking through the window there. And then Peter Vincent, famous vampire killer. And although their mouths are absolutely huge, the vampire in this film, really big mouth and big teeth, which is quite funny actually. But compare it to like the famous like Christopher Lee vampire, it's just normal fangs. And then you've got Amy that's transforming into a vampire, which was near the end of the film. And then just on from that, I have another set of lobby cards, great set, which again are Spanish, from the 1981 film, which was Universal Pictures, which was directed by John Landis, and American Werewolf in London. And Rick Baker, that did the special effects for these films, for this film, was absolutely amazing. And it's probably, for me, it's still the best werewolf film, or the best transformation in a werewolf film. It's just timeless, absolutely amazing. So you've got David Norton and Jennifer Argata in the hospital scene, and then there's a few shots of the transformation scene, which was just incredible. It was done in so much detail, and it really made you watch it, but you were literally feeling his pain when you were watching it, because his body was just being stretched and torn into this monster, and it just worked so well, and the way his face was being stretched and created this snout like demonic wolf demon. It was just absolutely incredible. This shot here is actually near the end of the film. David Norton's character is David, and then his friend, who played by Griffin Dunn, that was Jack. He was killed at the beginning of the film, but he comes back and keeps reminding David of the curse of the werewolf and warning him. And every time he comes back, he's more and more decayed. And there's a scene there. That scene was actually watching his hand being stretched as it's transforming into a werewolf. A shot there. David Norton and Griffin Dunn as David and Jack from the beginning of the film when they're on the moors. Really eerie part of the film. Even the sound effects for the werewolf was really well done. Really clever. And then that shot there, transformation. Great shot there. There you go, you got the hand there stretching, and same again there. And then that was from one of his nightmare scenes, where his family David's family and himself get attacked by Nazi demons while he's being cared for in a hospital. Really great scene. And then just to add to that, I actually got to meet David Norton. That was from one of the nightmare scenes of David there, and he's put Adrian Beware the Moon, David Norton. And then just over here there's a shot there of me and David Norton recreating the famous claw werewolf stretching hand scene from the film. Really great guy, and a really funny guy as well. And I was just really pleased to meet him last year. So that's it for this video, and look out for more lobby card videos soon. And happy collecting. Bye.